Okay, I'm just gonna kind of bend this half and half, reach my finger in there, push that up in there. Bend it like that and kind of roll it in the box. I gotta get all this stuff back in and still have enough room to get this box in there. Because see, this is a lot fatter overall in the back than this little light switch, huh? And it's not as, this doesn't stick back as far either. So I'm gonna take a few minutes, just a couple. Let's see if I can't get this stuff pushed back in there. Now I can push this in here like that and see if I can get it. Let's see, I'm hitting the back. There's a wire here that I'm going to have to, one of the stiff electrical wires, I'll have to push that back there first. There. Okay. Now let's try it. There. See that? That looks pretty good. Now I had a little bit more clearance, depthness to the box because we've got this mirror on here, and this is probably 1/4 inch thick mirror. And so that gave me a little bit of extra room behind there. Sometimes it's tricky to get everything back up into the box. And you have to look and just look at the wire nuts and see how you can kind of finagle them back there. I get it. Just trying to keep out of your way. I do this all by hand with my regular screwdriver. I don't need my battery operated drill for this. Before I tighten it up all the way, I'm just gonna kind of see what I have to do. In fact, it looks pretty bueno right there. I'm gonna, in fact, this top, I don't know, it looks pretty straight, but sometimes I like to get my tape measure out. Grab my tape. I'm up next to the door jamb here. This edge of the casing, I'm going to measure off of there. 7 7/8, 7 7/8. Perfect. I know it's straight up and down in line with everything. And so I'll cinch it down right there. It's just snug. Not too tight. Especially seems as though I'm against the mirror. Last thing I want to do is crack the mirror, huh? Okay. I can put the mirror cover plate back up. Ooh. You know what? I'm hoping. Let me just take a quick look at this. Okay, I think it's fine. That was good that when they cut the mirror notched out of there, they made it up high enough so that these screws will go through, because usually on a cover plate like this that's notched up, you know, usually the screws are really short. This one, these happen to be a little bit longer because it's for that mirrored cover. And I'm glad they cut the mirror up high enough, because had they have just cut it normal, like to fit a regular switch in there, I wouldn't be able to use these screws. Because if I use those screws, I could go back and if I didn't think about it, if these hit any part of the glass, it's going to shatter and crack. You know, last thing I want. And same thing, you know, if you have an electrical outlet or a switch and like a granite countertop backsplash, let's say, in your kitchen, have you ever seen those? And sometimes when they cut the granite, they might not cut it all the way. Ooh, oh, look at that. Look at that. At first I thought I cracked the mirror, but I cracked the cover plate. Damn it. I can't believe that. I'm gonna have to just put it in. Look at that. See there? Cracked it. I have to go to the store and get a new one now. Shoot! I'll see why, because the back of it is kind of notched out. Man, I didn't think I had it that tight either. Well, I'm going to have to put that on my list. That might have been for your benefit though. Maybe. I think I did that for your benefit to show you what could happen. Back to the countertop, the granite countertops, the backsplash. You have that issue, it might be because your screw, you may have to cut the back of your little screw off on your cover plate because it might be hitting the backside of your granite. Man, I didn't even think I had that tight yet either. Shoot. Man. Okay, I'll have to put that on my list. Okay, well there you go. Now to turn the power on and see what we got. Now let's think about this here for a minute before I turn the power back on. This crack here. What can we do to maybe do something slightly different? Well, this just happens to have an electrical outlet over there in the corner. Do you see it? Right here. It's also got a mirrored cover plate on it. And generally what we do is we've got this little night light that we plug in here, like that. And we just happen to have a chicken in here, and we keep it like that. And that's what happens over there in the corner, right? So what I could do is I could decide what to do differently for this cover. Maybe I don't have to go to the store after all. I could take this cover plate off over here, take this one off, put the crack bit facing up, and have that light on there. I think it's my thought anyways. I think it's the same. And then I can have the chicken up there, and you're not going to see that crack, are you? Maybe it'll just have to live that way, at least until I go to the store. Because covers on electrical outlets are the same. Ooh, at least they should be. Now see, they've got some short screws in this one. Well, that one was. Let's take this out. Let's see what's going on with this. See, that one's kind of long. See that one there? It's real short. And that's usually the size they have. And it looks like it's because the glass wasn't cut deep enough. I'm going to look at this and kind of decide. And it's got a couple little marks on it. I think I can get that off. I can put that over here with the screws that I have. And see, this cover is the very same size. Boy, that was right close to the other mirror, wasn't it? Okay, it's even gonna fit on there. Jeez. I don't know. Boy, it's like it's not fitting all the way it should fit. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna force it. This is a GFI plug there, and for some reason it looks like it's just slightly off. I don't know what it is. Let's try this broken one again. They should fit. They should fit. Boy, I think that one fits right on. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that one there. That was a good thought though, huh? It should have fit, but it's just slightly off. I don't want to mess with it too much for fear I'm gonna break this even more. Okay. See, when you're putting cover plates on a mirror, make sure you look and see how the mirror's been cut on the back side. Because see that this one here, the mirror is not cut low enough. It's not cut low enough down at the bottom. That's why I had to use a really super short screw here. You know how short that screw is? And that's the length of, usually when you put a cover plate on and it's the white ones or something, usually they're like this short. Then they don't go down into the wall. And for some reason they decided that they needed to do that. Okay. And this one, the mirror was cut up far enough. So maybe you'll have learned at least that. Oh man, wouldn't that be something if you put the cover plate on and the screw went in too far and you just thought, I'll just ram it in there and you crack the glass. As it was, I cracked this cover plate. I didn't even think I had it tight, but this was plastic and it gave in just a little bit and it snapped. You saw it. Okay. All right. I'll go turn the power back on for this. We'll check out the dimmer.